Good morning. It's January 7th, 2025, and I'm here on behalf of WisdomWord and some of the programs that we'll be having this year and this new year to keep us all centered and balanced during these times of change. And so generally at the first few days of the month, I do a blog on the WisdomWord website that kind of lets you know what's coming up, the dates and times that we might be doing an event. It reminds you of our free calls that we have on Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday mornings consistently. So they're morning specific time, 8:30 a.m. And so, of course, Eastern time, they're 11:30 a.m. They last anywhere from 20 minutes to 40 minutes. Usually the Monday goes a little longer because we do some mantras on the Monday morning. So the quality of time that we're in right now is very, very different because of the new frequencies that have really been bombarding the planet. You know, it's like a heavy snowfall, if you want to think, or a heavy rainfall, and it's permeating the third dimension. And so we've been marching towards this for a long time. It's part of our evolution. And we're really in that new age that you've heard being spoken about for the last 30 years or so. So we're actually right in the middle of this vast time of change. And the channelings on the full moons have really indicated that this time period, kind of starting with the fall equinox back in September and going all the way through to the spring equinox in 2025, was a very powerful time for manifestation. And so a lot of, if you look around and you see a lot of practitioners or channelers or life coaches or astrologers, they're talking about a powerful time of manifestation. And a lot of us did programs about manifestation, remembering how your thoughts create your reality and how your affirmations that you can use can help change the thinking in the brain and the energy in the brain. Your neuroplasticity in the brain can be reformed. We can actually become new beings, happier, more healthier beings. And so this is a time that there's a lot of energy in the universe to really support that. Now, at the end of the day, we all have free will choice, and that free will choice invites us to make a choice. You have this universal energy there to support you, but at the same time that it's coming in, this rainfall, if you would, or this blizzard of higher frequency energy, it's going to stir up the lower frequency energy and break up some of the belief systems that we've held on to for a long time, break up some of the complacencies that we're falling into, and that can create a feeling of chaos. It's like taking a snow globe and shaking it up. So there's energy vibration all around, and we have to choose which one we want to hold. And so we need a practice. That's after 40 years of doing this work, one of the things that's really come clearly to me is you can have an epiphany, you can have a grand wake up, you can have, tremendous visions, but you have to do the due diligence, the daily the practice to keep strengthening that choice of moving into the light. So in Tibetan Buddhism and a lot of the old teachings, they'll often talk about the idea of a butter lamp, and that, to keep that lamp steady, you have to keep what you're choosing around you steady. So big high wind comes in, it blows out your light, and you're all caught up in listening to the news, and you're caught up with the latest issue or problem or fight going on between governments or whatever it is. So one of the main suggestions from the universe is to take a lot of time, as much as we can, to be still and to invite those practices in your life and then practice them that help you maintain a stillness and a quietness. For some, it might be just spending time in nature, leaving your phone and taking a walk, sitting with the trees. For others, it might be going into deep meditation practice. And certainly for all of us, mindfulness is one of the key things that will really help us learning how our mind works, watching our thoughts, not taking them personally, and getting beneath them into the quality of light that we truly are. So on January 5th, that was this past Sunday, we had our New Year's channeling, and Quan Yin and Archangel Michael were the kind of strong energies that came through and brought through a transmission as well as words and energy for the evening. And if you weren't able to join us live, I recommend getting a copy of the replay and listening to it, which will be hopefully soon up on our website, and you'll be able to find it and get a copy and listen to it. And, again, it just reiterates that need for the quiet time, for stepping into our own sovereignty, for trusting our own information, and the recognition that we're almost breaking out of an enslavement to belief systems, to society, to what we thought was the right thing to do, and we're moving more into our own connection as creator and created. So we're taking responsibility for what's around us, and we're moving into a place of being fully present in the moment and saying, I can make a change. Now, the consistency is needed more than just making the intention to change. We need to create the day-to-day. And one of the things that we do at WisdomWord is we try to have consistent programs that can help you with your day-to-day, that can help you stay on board, that can help you have a community to work with. So we do have our free calls that will continue in 2025. They're every morning at 8:30 a.m. Pacific, not every morning, every Monday, every Wednesday, and every Saturday. And they continually go on. And so, you can check our calendar on wisdomword.com and see the number and find out a way to get on that teleconference. You can we actually have a special right now on our readings, and I've noticed that the readings have been really phenomenal lately, with a lot of our soul families starting to embody different aspects of the goddess, where the divine feminine is coming in very fully at this time. So until the 12th of January, we have 25% off our 1-hour readings, which is a really kind of hefty deal at this time where things are going up. We're trying to go down a little bit in our prices. And we also have a 10-week empowerment course coming up. And that starts January 18th, Sunday, January 18th, and it goes through to sometime in March, I think March 23rd, something like that. And so for 10 weeks, it's a listen-in call, but you have the strength of the group that's practicing in between. And this particular round of the 10 weeks of the empowerment course is on choosing meditation rather than medication, and finding joy in living day to day in this world that seems so chaotic at this time. And one of the things that we will use in the practice is looking at the paramitras, the 6 paramitras that were given by the Buddha, the Shakyamuni Buddha, and they are generosity, ethical discipline, patience, enthusiastic effort, meditative concentration, and they all lead to the 6th one, which is wisdom, gaining a little bit more wisdom. And so they are super helpful and have been super helpful for me in helping me maintain a practice and really understand the purpose of practice. So this is almost like a live blog, since I haven't written my January blog yet. Just a little bit about what's going on in January. On the 18th, we start the 10-week program. On the 14th, we have the full moon, the first full moon of the year, which I think will be a pretty tremendous transmission of energy. We just recently had the January 5th channeling for the year of 2025, which was very powerful and interesting, and you can get a replay of that. So you might want to join us with some of those things and to help you, on your path and keeping to your intention of being a more sovereign being, of being more connected to the spiritual, and letting go of the material aspect of the world and finding the spiritual vibration within, and thus changing the current reality that we've been living in and moving into a more collective consciousness based on love and based on compassion. So we will have a number of live programs that you can join, free talks with other practitioners. I've been so fortunate to meet many people over the course of the 40 years that I've been practicing this, many people that are opening up to the new age in different ways, people who communicate with flowers and bring forth flower essences, people who work with the breath, people who work with massage and acupuncture, and a lot of different ways to keep nutrition, to keep the body, mind, spirit healthy, to keep us on a wellness program that is all around. In Buddhism, they talk about body, mind, and speech. And I feel I never really understood the importance of the speech part until I understood that that's the way that we communicated our thoughts and our feelings into the world, and the importance of mindfulness and watching what comes out of you and being able to release what you need to release before it gets triggered and you react to something in the world, or you react to someone in the world. And I think we're going to see a lot of reactiveness coming up in the next couple of months as Pluto is moving into Aquarius. That rebellion kind of will come to the surface. And yes, indeed, I think it is time for change, absolutely. But how we can make the transition, can it be peaceful? Can it be compassionate? Can it be loving? Or does it have to be violent? And that really is up to us. That's up to each of us individually. So I hope you'll join us in checking out our calendar and taking a look at some of our free talks coming up, and also some of the programs that you can join and work with us. And we'll be looking forward to meeting you and seeing you soon. So many blessings, and have a beautiful rest of your day.